Violent clashes broke out near a Los Angeles area synagogue yesterday morning after pro-Palestinian protesters scuffled with counter-protesters. Police in riot gear showed up to try to restore order, and as you can see, video online shows punches being thrown and people wrestled to the ground. ABC's Alex Stone is in Los Angeles following the latest developments. Alex, how did these violent clashes begin, and what do we know about who was involved?
Well, Ike, it blew up very quickly yesterday that this was an event that pro-Palestinian protesters, they had organized around a real estate event that was going to be going on at the synagogue, a large synagogue in the Pico Robertson neighborhood of L.A. That is a predominantly Jewish neighborhood of L.A., probably the most prominent Jewish neighborhood here in Los Angeles. And as this was going on outside the synagogue, it went from a relatively small crowd to then quite a large crowd, about 150 protesters who were outside, trapping those who were trying to get into the synagogue. They were not able to get in, and we heard from a rabbi saying that members of the synagogue had to sneak their way in. They had to be shuttled in, secretly getting into there. But then there were the clashes that went on, and it got quite violent. The LAPD saying one arrest was made. Incredibly, nobody was injured. When you look at these images of how violent it got, that nobody was injured in the end. But there were a lot of punches, a lot of kicks being thrown from both sides. The one arrest, a pro-Israeli protester who had a flag with a spike on the end of it, seen as a weapon here in L.A., but only one arrest.
Now, Alex, I know community leaders are speaking out, but how have California officials reacted to yesterday's violence?
Well, we're hearing from a lot of different leaders today, Ike, and including President Biden, who today spoke out against the violence. We've heard from Governor Gavin Newsom as well. He was speaking today, and then this statement right here from the mayor of L.A., Karen Bass, saying blocking access to a place of worship is unacceptable. She's calling on the LAPD now to provide extra patrols in the Pico Robertson neighborhood, and saying that Los Angeles will not be a harbor for anti-Semitism and violence, saying that it just will not be allowed, that there is a lot of disgust from what we've seen with the two sides going after each other. Clearly, there have been a lot of protests on college campuses, but now in this neighborhood, something that the leaders are saying no way to.
And Alex, you know, this is just the latest of anti-Semitic attacks that's occurred across the country. How worried are leaders about this spreading?
They are worried that these images will be seen and that it is going to anger people on both sides to say that they want to get out and they want to make their voices heard, that they want to be standing up for their side. And that is why you see here from Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Bass a moment ago and President Biden today of leaders calling for calm, saying enough, that they don't want to see this kind of violence, that they want it to be peaceful, that they want First Amendment rights to be adhered to, that they don't want police to shut down the ability to protest and the right to protest, but that once it becomes violent and the LAPD has to show up in riot gear, as they did yesterday, took a little bit of time for them to get everybody together, but then to move in, they're saying then it's illegal. And what went on being abhorrent, as Mayor Bass called it, saying that it's not going to be allowed.
Alex Stone, thank you for your reporting.